Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Rob? What's up, Dacian? Buckskin cow. Buckskin cow's got something to show y'all today. Buckskin cow. I'm gonna show y'all some real how the buckskin is made, how the sausage is made, so to speak. Let's go. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna let people file. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna let people file in though before I start this because I can only do it once. It will be documented in these long form videos what happened here today. Buckskin cow's gonna start a buckskin revolution, y'all. Hey, double tap that like button, y'all. Double tap that like button. Let's keep it moving. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff here. What is this show and tell item today? Crow stuff. I'm gonna show you. I have the fan on. It's warm in here today, so I apologize for that. Appreciate y'all. So I'll just to update you, I got another raccoon, and it's on the board right now. I don't do the heads like some of my friends out there. He's still a little bit ripe, man. They get a little funky, those raccoons. And then, I've been working on the handle for this hatchet, wherever I put that hatchet in. Right here. Been working on the handle for that hatchet. And I got something else I want to show you, but I want to wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do it. All right, so here I have, I'll turn the fan off for this bit so you can hear it. Oh, look at all the people filing in. Sweet, welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. I'm gonna turn the fan off for a brief second so I can show y'all what I'm doing real quick. And this is not to gross anyone out. No disclaimers because this is educational. But definitely, if you have a hard time stomaching stuff, then viewer discretion is always advised when it comes to me. So this right here is a deer hide from a very decomposed deer. This deer was roadkill deer in Virginia, we'll say, and it has been I highly processed it. Right, when I say it was rotted. There's some parts of the hide, and I don't want to gross anyone out. You can see grease burn. This is where it eviscerated and the fecal material rotted through the hide, right? Maggots, anything you can possibly think about that would gross you out, I dealt with on that hide, right? I took it as a personal test. But now it's pretty much clean. It's not even gross anymore. I put it through several processes, and I'm ready to start tanning it. I've got a squirrel hide here with it. It takes some bravery, man, but imagine the people that work with any kind of carcasses, y'all. You just have to get the nose adjusted to it. This is a squirrel hide I'm gonna do as well. Squirrel leather is excellent. So I'm gonna show y'all, what happens next. Pretty simple. I'm gonna leave this little bit of water in here because I'm gonna put some concentrated tannins in there. And I don't mind if it's diluted just a little bit. Once it's in this stuff, I got to be a little more careful. This is oak bark tannin right here. It's not brains in this case, it's just in the brain container. Tannic liquor or tannin, what do they call it? Bark liquor. Maybe I zoom in for this because I need this for long form too. I'm sorry that people don't find this stuff interesting. It's really awesome shit. It's unfortunate. Here we go. Ready? Is that zoomed in enough? Welcome everybody. Welcome Rob. Welcome Dacian. I believe it is a subscribers only chat today. So yesterday it was members only. We try to make a platform for our members to be able to do things. All right, we're zoomed in. So y'all see the hides down there. They've been put through several processes right now. The last process they were in was a vinegar pickle solution. Scraped numerous times. Now they're pretty clean. I'm gonna pour this bark liquor in here, which was just made by cooking red oak bark, and then taking that decoction and recooking it and stuff like that, adding more bark to it and recooking it again. It smells amazing. It's going to impart a beautiful color on these, and these are gonna expire that liquor really quickly. So you're gonna see, y'all, even between when we finish this live, which I'm not gonna be on very long today, as I'll show you how much color they take on and how quickly they do so. So we got a squirrel and a deer hide in there. I have a raccoon back there. Oh, the little one? The little one was a squirrel in there. There's a deer and a squirrel in there. I've got 2 squirrel hides inside to work too that are in the freezer. A lot of people don't know this, but squirrel is some of the finest leather. They're just a very small animal, you know. How's everybody doing? My name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. We've been working on this handle, which we're going to continue to do. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Appreciate everybody being in here today. Oh, I didn't even show you the damage on that grain. I could have held that thing up to the camera and showed you all the, you might see it when the tannins go in, but like the grain on that big hide there, if we can get it in focus, if I can find a way to get it in focus. It's in a pet food container, yes. The big hide in there, let me see. Yeah, the grain on that is severely damaged from whatever, you know. So we have, the best thing we can do is hope to make buckskin. There's not going to be any grain leather made from it, but definitely it's going to show. I'm going to demonstrate that you basically can make fine stuff from decomposed mess. Really, I believe it is possible. From really nasty stuff, if you can stomach it, you can make a fine product from it. But welcome everybody. My name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. It's a warm day today, so I'm not in an apron and all that get up stuff that I guess the algorithm expects from me. Kind of figured that might change things, but it's unfortunate, but it's all right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Double tap that screen, like this video. Got some stuff I need to do on long form videos. I might be spending a couple of days doing that too. Next couple of days on that. We don't want to Buckskin Cal. Oak Ridge, welcome. I saw your squirrel video. Or not squirrel. Raccoon video. Your son's raccoon video. You and your son. That's great, man. So gonna mount that thing, huh? This raccoon needs to be scraped again because it's roadkill, so its insides are all nasty. But it was a pretty specimen. But let me tell you about this one since we're here. Let me tell you about what I noticed about the inside of this raccoon. I'm sure you guys have not seen this yet, but this was a male raccoon here of a couple years, I imagine. Oh, I scared people away with that. Thunder Gouge, welcome. And I will tell you, when I took it apart, the first thing I noticed was muscle atrophy. And I don't mean like muscles, small muscles. I mean there was damage to the actual muscle tissue in the body. Like raccoons are stacked. Like they look like really muscular animals. Don't know if y'all know this, but if you've ever... welcome. By the way, Idaho Cody, welcome. Raphael, welcome. Thanks for being here. Raccoons are muscular animals, especially the males. They're strong, and you can see the musculature. It's very defined. This was a male, and I opened it up, and I noticed these little, and I can back the camera up a little so y'all can see me talk, or maybe not. I don't know if that makes a difference. Inside the raccoon were these little semicircular, slimy little cysts. Look bad. I did think it could be like advanced trichinosis, you know, something like that. I'm not a vet, It looked bad though. And this was an animal of advanced age, I think. So it's potentially that it was an old male, you know, something like that. Heidi, welcome. But I don't know if you ever seen an animal like that with damage to the muscle. And it wasn't from getting hit by a car either. It was damage, actual damage to the muscle. Yeah, so raccoons, well, yeah, raccoons are pervasive spreader of rabies. So I don't even mess with the face. I know Oak Ridge and Critter Getter, they take the whole pelt, face and all. And in the case of, I'll speak for Oak Ridge in this case and quote his video and say he's taking the whole thing because he's mounting it in place. It's going to have like a mount with a trap and stuff. So he has to have the whole animal. So you got to do the face. Now I stay away from the business end of those teeth personally. That's just my way. I don't know. Only way to know if an animal has rabies is to go into the brain. So, and I know in Virginia, they're very careful about that because there was a significant outbreak. But I don't want to worry people. I'm not here to scare you either. You know. Yeah. So, yeah. Welcome. And oh, happy birthday to Wes. Is Wes still in the chat? It's Wes's birthday today, y'all. So let me take the attention off myself and put it on Wes for a second. Wes's birthday. Happy birthday to Wes. Wes does it. Member birthday. Any other members? I don't think there's any other members with birthdays, right? Today? Anybody in the chat? Cujo. Yeah, I did not double glove up for this raccoon here. It doesn't get, you know, but I did with that when I did that last deer hide. It was really bad. It was so funky, man. I couldn't stand the idea of that smell actually transferring to my hands. But hey, now it's in tannins. It's gonna turn into something pretty now, you know. So as I said, if you missed the beginning here, guess people don't want to see that. So let's do this. So now I have this really, I mean, this was a badly decomposed deer hide in here in the bottom. I took it through all the processes, but you can actually start, if you can, I wonder if the camera can even get in there, but you can see grain damage all over it. So I'm gonna scrape the grain off, wet scrape the grain off and scud it as I take it out of that thing repeatedly over and over again. Get out of there, get out of there. Summer wants after my raccoon, man. Get your ass out of here. How's everybody doing? Wes, how's your birthday going, man? You in here? I'm gonna put you on the spot. "21 years old today, Wes does it. Wes does it, 21 years old today. I'm just kidding, he has older children than that, but don't you? You have older children than 21? He went fishing? Is he in the chat today? I thought he came in the chat. Well, I don't blame him, man. If he's not, there you go. He did say thanks, so I thought he might be in the chat. Wherever Wes is, man, shout out to you. Happy birthday. Hope you catch a big one. How's everybody else doing? So that's my tanning process on that. Also got a squirrel there, working on a couple squirrels. You know, definitely feels hot, feels slow here today. Let's check this hatchet head. I like the cool weather a lot. That's my favorite. Ooh, maybe I'm making that too skinny at the top, y'all. Yeah, I don't want to take any more material. I don't want to not, yeah, no, it needs to be wider than that. So I'm gonna stop taking material off of that. check, check. Check, check, check. Check. Well, it's going to go off again probably. What's going to happen when this mic dies again, which is likely what's going to happen, is I'm going to switch over to the other audio. I don't know if the other mic will be charged, so just prepare for that, folks. And I want to show you what I was saying when I probably was muted there, was that I want to show you how much tannic liquor, how much bark liquor those hides already absorbed. If you watched in the beginning, you know, you can probably already see that it's becoming easy to see through, or it's becoming lighter color, right? Y'all see that? That's because the hide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, temporarily we have I have a little boom mic that's set up, so that's what you're hearing through right now. We'll get this. I got a couple more mics inside, but right now Heather's busy. Sorry about that. What I was saying was my bandsaw is a 10305, and also what I was illustrating there was that the tannic liquor is already being absorbed by the can y'all hear me now? Am I off or something? I don't know if it's even worth it. Doesn't matter to me. I don't know if this is going to work. If the other one wasn't charged, this one's probably not either.
There's a way to tell. But here, just take this one instead. These I know for a factor charge. So you probably prefer this. Yeah, that's fine.
What is that? I don't want to have water on my... No. I need to do that. Whatever I do, I just press the button. A little second tap may have done something. We'll see. Can y'all hear me? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Checkity, check, check. Mic check. Shani, welcome. In a second, we'll take a look at those hides and see how much tannin they take in. I got to put gloves on before I do that, though. I I can't touch that tannin liquor. That stuff, I'm allergic to it. It's horrible. The bark liquor, I developed like an allergy to it. Get this horrible itchy rash similar to poison ivy. You wonder where the hell it's coming from. You got me? Good. I took way too much off the end, so it's gonna have to come down here anyways. I might move the whole thing down a bit. Oh, good, Shani, welcome. I'm glad you came at the right time. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's a lot of it's tapered right there. And it's really small here, and I'm gonna put a wedge in it. Like I'm gonna cut a slot in the top and put a wedge in, but I gotta get these sides in a little more here, and I think I can do it probably with sanding. Essentially, I just don't want to sit here and sand all day, man. The stuff gets all over you. I don't have my stuff on. Got this raccoon down here. I want it to dry a bit before I flip it over. It's not drying real well. It's kind of warm here. I'm a little worried about the hair slipping. When you catch a raccoon fresh in the trap, you don't have to really worry about its hair slipping, right? But a roadkill raccoon is gonna, he had evisceration of the guts, man. Like, so he had some issues going on. I got him cleaned, and I don't know if any of you all have relationships with the local vultures, but I do. They clean that raccoon's carcass down to just bare bones in a day. Crazy. Amazing how nature can work for you. I got this team of birds. They eat the leftover flesh. I trained them to stick around, man. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm so serious when I say I do that. And then the bones can be used as fertilizer, so you use the bones in your compost pile. I went to check on it this morning. There was nothing left of the raccoon but a little tiny bit of the face right here, and that's it. And the edge of the tail, very end of the tail. I took most of the tail here. What did Mike say? Mike said, hey everyone, if you're up early in the U.S., tune into Depression Talk Morning Coffee. Rob's a great host and topic's always good. Yeah, he is a good host. You should check that out. Shani, I came at the right time. That's true. You need a Dremel, those little drum bits. Yeah, they do. I do have a Dremel, but the Dremel battery died, so I got to basically either get another Dremel battery or get another Dremel. Like it died of life, like its battery life ended. Because I got it when I first started doing woodwork, probably many years ago. And I tried to just plug it in and charge the battery again. I hadn't used it. I don't really use the Dremel very often. I think it was probably like 2018 the last time I had used it. Let's see if Roy pops in here today. See if Roy pops in here today, man. Raccoon fur is very soft, yes. That's an excellent question. Here's a female right here. I don't know if you can, you don't have touch-o-vision, but you know, this is It's very soft, Shanny. Very soft, and even the skin is thin, so the skin is soft too. If you tan it right, I brain tan and smoke these. I know they have their tanners that they send them off to, but they're getting I mean, it should be a similar consistency. A little whiter maybe. Mine kind of got discolored when I smoked them a little, but very soft. Raccoon fur is very soft. Yep, excellent quality fur. And it holds real tight too, doesn't slip a lot. Who saw the Anubis I've been carving? I have not seen that yet. I saw the cross. What do you think, Heather? Oh, well, there's a way to turn the, there's an ebonizing process that you can do to wood. Number of different things you can do. Probably paint is the best for a solid black color. Otherwise, there's ways to get the wood black using, you know, the natural tannins in the wood. Yeah, so the other way would be to dye it from the inside using some apple cider vinegar and some steel wool, right? That'd be the other way to get the dark color out of it. That may end up more of an ash gray though, you know? And then there's black stains and stuff like that you know, petroleum-based stains. I'm never going to tell people to stay away from stuff, whatever works for you, you know. Yeah, but that raccoon down there has got a little smell to it, y'all. I'm gonna have to clean it in the next day or so. I'm gonna pull it off that thing. I was hoping it would just stretch it out, it would just dry, but it's not cold outside. I think some of that I was dealing with in the winter. It was freezing some for me, which was nice, and it was helping me deal with that problem. I'm gonna turn this thing around. Yes, vinegar and steel wool. So apple cider vinegar and steel wool, and then you let that sit for a couple days or a day or so, and that apple cider vinegar will. I can already see the tannins in my jug. They're turning into like a wine color now. So that hide is soaking up. Since we started this live, has already been soaking up those tannins. Heather can put the Work IQ vise on there. One of the problems I have with this Work IQ vise is that the pins have kind of deteriorated over time. I would actually hit this with I don't have a metal hammer at the moment because I actually use my mallet for that, or my hatchet, which I've just disassembled at the moment. But there's a pin right here, and it's coming through. Otherwise, this Work IQ vise worked for many, many, many hours of work for me. So. Yeah, so Idaho Cody, I did figure out that you can use these galls, oak galls. Let me show you. And I could send you some of these. They'll probably cost me a little. They're bulky. These also would work for Rob's purposes, but he's in England. I don't know how many of you all in England if you have gall wasps. But here's a good little like natural. This is something I collected, and they're about to hatch, so I need to make sure I soak them before they hatch the little wasps out. I can see a little maggot right there starting to want to hatch. This is an oak gall, right? It's kind of like a burrow that's created on oak by this certain type of wasp that looks like it's about ready to hatch right there. See that little thing right there? Well, these wow, $2.79, that's how much this thing costs? Man, that's crazy. It was Chardonnay that bought me this. Thank you, Chardonnay. Shout out. I had no idea it was that expensive. So these are about to heat, but these are full of tannins. I mean, they're jam-packed. So you put these in the water with that apple cider vinegar with the metal, any kind of ferrous metal, old nails, anything in there. It turns everything. It turns leather black. Like, I mean, solid black. I have a piece in here I did it with recently. But what I need to do with these now, I need to put these in denatured alcohol, soak them all in denatured alcohol because they're going to hatch on me and then invade the area, kill all my wood. Yeah. Yeah, these are oak galls from a very old growth oak tree. So this oak tree is 100 plus years old. I just happen to know where it is. Don't want this in here when they hatch, that's for damn sure. Had made that mistake before. Long time ago, I had a wood pile at a home that I owned. And I brought those oak galls back to experiment with inlay, using them as inlay. And they hatched and then invaded all my wood. I still have some wood here that has holes in it from back in the day. They just cut holes in everything. They don't know what else to do. They burrow. They're like little wasps. They look like yellow jackets. And they don't sting and they don't fly. They just crawl on stuff. Called gall wasps. Hey, Luke McGlynn. Yeah, they probably would not allow them into the country, Rob. I would not try to send those overseas, and I wouldn't want to do something to the oak trees overseas. But actually, the oak can survive the galls, at least here in the U.S. The oak survives the galls, and definitely if they're neutralized, I could see it shipping them over because then the little things inside of them are dead. Yeah. But yeah, the trees don't die, but it's a constant fight that the tree is fighting with these oak galls. That's why the tannins are being sent, kind of, because it's trying to fight that infection, basically. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I need some subscriptions. I need you to subscribe. What did I do with the hatchet head? Did I set that down somewhere stupid? I can't blame Pilato right now. We're in a non-Pilato blaming phase. That's okay, man. I mean, whatever. I guess I could probably hammer that on or close to it right now. This chisel's been damaged a little bit. I ran this through the grinder to put a new edge on it, and I heated it too much, like it got too hot. Luke says, how's everyone doing today? Top of the evening to you, Luke. We love having Luke in. From the Emerald Isle. So fine to have you. So brilliant to have. Brilliant. That's what my friends say a lot. Hey, welcome. I'm Calvin, and this is Dad's Workshop. Please double tap the screen and like and subscribe also. Hey, Luke says, I said a prayer today for Pilato and his family, hoping that they are all okay. Me too, buddy. Me too. Me too. Tough situation, dude. And a good guy. One of those why do bad things happen to good people deals, you know? Don't love to see that. Know what I mean? I should have never whittled any from the top or bottom here. It should be at least this wide the whole way. So I'm thinking, like, in reality, I'm gonna actually take my saw and cut some of this off right here. And I'll put a new edge on it, carve a new edge. I think this is gonna have to come off just for support. Shout out to member Pilato. Thoughts and prayers for Pilato. Anybody who wants to, damn, I should have had him put a Cash App or something on here. Somebody buy him a cup of coffee or something, man. He doesn't like taking gifts, though. We'd have to force it on him. He's that kind of guy, see? That's the kind of guy he is. Doesn't like taking gifts from people, man. It's crazy. I don't want to take any more than that off. I'm going to take it right down to the line I cut. Some people out there saying, man, it takes this guy forever to re-handle a hatchet. Now I'm doing it with hand tools here. Here's the other part. Well, I guess I used the bandsaw and resawed a little. I don't mind cheating. The other part is that this is not a Lowe's hatchet. I'm trying to build a nice handle here, you know. Cal, if I was to try and take the tannings from oak bark, would that work to dye the oak? Yes, but tannins need a chemical reaction. So you would have to use the tannins from oak bark and then something else to get it to ebonize there's another word for this too, to darken the grain in the wood. So just the tannins, they'll work on skin, right? But in order for those tannins to work on wood, it depends on, I think that's going to depend on the tannin content or the metallic content of the wood. So you would have to I think we need a chemical reaction between iron oxide and tannic acid here. That's what we need to find. Yeah. Yes, wire wool, that's it. Yeah, we call it steel wool here. Yeah. Yep. The tannic acid should be in that acid, the 0 to 2, I think, pH range, I believe, and then that should work with a steel wool, or as you call it, wire wool. I can't see why it wouldn't, but there's always room for experimentation in everything. We always can experiment. You don't want to waste materials, but experimentation is not a bad thing. Oh, I had it the other way, though. So I took that down because I'm going to move this down the handle a bit. It needs to be ground down, too. So, and I actually don't have a metal tool with which to hit this besides, hey, what do they call this tool? Y'all know what this is called? I saw one of these in Mike's shop, I think. Y'all know what this tool is? What's this tool called? I need to rehandle this. Look. Cheap POS right there. What's this tool called? Right now it's called a hammer. think I need a little more off. I don't want to force it. Don't fall on my foot now. Apple cider vinegar, wild wire wool, and bark. That probably would work. Now the tannin content of, yeah, and you should get an ebonization from that, I believe. If not, what you want to just try is that, you know, whatever wood you're working on, the tannin content of that could be important to this equation. I was out, a friend of mine today, and I treated him to a haircut and a shave. His name is Alex, and he's a younger friend of mine for the last 10 years, and he lives not too far from me in Dublin. Well, you're a nice guy, man. I could probably use a haircut and a shave too, Luke, you know? What do you think? I probably could use one of those, right? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not 24. Steel wool is what we call wire wool here, if that's what you're talking about. I don't want to chisel towards myself. Let's see what that, I've been working on this hand. I don't want to get impatient with it, but it's going to have to come down further now. I might resaw it further too. This is like a farrier's rasp right here. I'm going to put a fan on that. It's about to call it a skunk, a raccoon for the night. Oh, the tool that I just shown. What is this? This one. I'll give you a clue. It does what it does. It's meant to do is hew. You use it to hew logs, the bark off of logs, and actually hew logs even. And they make them in a couple different shapes. Double tap that screen, like this video, also subscribe. My name is Calvin. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. What's your name? That's important to me. What is your name? What are you doing? What are you building? Right now I'm working on this handle for this this hatchet. I'm also doing a number of animal skin projects. Oh, you lost me. Oh no. Oh no. Double tap that screen, y'all. Give me that 30th like. This is a handle made out of ash. It's a hard ash handle. Here's the previous handle. See the wedge in that? I didn't make this, right? It's also laminated. Y'all see that laminated wood? So this is, I'm making out of this is a solid ash handle. And we're gonna, one thing you can see I didn't do was make it wide enough here. And that is gonna have to be dealt with. I think it's fine. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. We'll have to see. But once I get this thing on there, it's gonna be a sturdy thing. And we'll and then I'll restore the blade here and get the blade all shiny and hard ash handle. That's right. And we'll get that all pretty. Put this against the grinder, make some sparks. You know, theatrical stuff, like Mike would say. Let's take a look at these little. We got. First of all, we got this. I wonder if I got a pair of gloves I can throw on in here. Something I could grab this stuff with. Ooh, those are on the rank side. Just need something to grab this with. Well, I'll have to wait on that. But what we did earlier is we put these hides in here with the tannic bark liquor, and you can see it's more of an amber color now. It's no longer that dark color that it was when we first put it in. So the hides have already absorbed. If you go back to the beginning of the video, you can see what they look like. let's check our shoe project out. Yesterday I kind of greased up a couple of my shoes in the molds, and I do kind of have a deadline on these, and now that it's getting hot, I need to get these done and get my hat kind of started so I can have a hat to cut the grass, and I need a hat. A mattock? Well, that is called an adz. A-D-Z. But mattock might be the name for it. Kind of like axe, A-X-E, but adz, A-D-Z. All right, so these were greased too. I greased them with some coconut beeswax type stuff to make them a little thicker and hold their form a little more. And what we got is a pretty decent form here. I could definitely cut it out on camera, some little ASMR stuff. I want to leave a little bit around it, but I probably shouldn't. I should probably cut it right up to the edge. Y'all see that? This would be the flesh side. No, that's the grain side. So this would be the hair side of the animal. This would be the flesh side. Right? You see there's a difference there. But a mattock is bigger than that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a long handled tool that you're talking about then. Rob. Yeah. All right, y'all. I loved having you in today. Let's do this one last thing before I close today, and I'll take a little risk and stick my hand in here. I want to pull that hide out so you can take a look at it without getting myself. I'm allergic to this stuff. Let me move this foot. Hold on. Let's move this mold out of the way. Sorry, microphone. I did not mean to do that. We'll clamp this thing up again. So now that I got that, all I need to do is cut that out and then stitch it down. Or if I'm going to do the cork layer, which I was planning on doing too. Also, my goal is next Wednesday to ship out member appreciation stuff. So stuff will go out in the mail by next Wednesday, if not before. I know y'all are waiting with bated breath for that stuff. You know. All right, so if you were here for the beginning of this live stream, not that long ago, we put these two hides into these tannins, and it was black. The color of it was black. If you can see now, it's barely even amber color, right? That's because the hides absorb those tannins, which is great. Y'all can see now that the hide is starting to absorb the tannic liquor, right? The bark liquor. It started out a white color, right? Now we're starting to get the tannins in the squirrel hide, probably the same thing. I have to be careful not to get this stuff on my arm. This is the squirrel hide as well. So appreciate everybody being here. Just wanted to show you all that stuff. And we're working on lots of stuff here at Dad's Workshop. Love y'all. Take care. Do the next